When it comes to the live-action new Human Torch, you would be surprised on how strong his muscles are. He's casually carrying beings like the Thing, who has to probably weigh 500 plus pounds. Nobody ever notices that though. A strong member of the Fantastic Four who can fly, make his own light source when there's no light in the house. The light went out here, for example, and he was the light source. Reed probably gave him some special gear so his clothes won't all burn up. He's the perfect character to have if you throw gasoline on a character. He can make the fire spread a lot faster, obviously. It's pretty much useless to try to use fire against him. He can just straight up absorb fire, so he can pretty much make the firefighter's job a lot easier by sucking up all his fire. When tracks or stuff are broken, he can help seal it up with his heat. He has full control on which parts of his body he flames on so it doesn't burn the person he's saving. For example, here he saved this girl, but his hands are not on fire, but he can still fly. I guess you could say his only weakness is that he actually needs oxygen, because in this occasion when he got into an atmosphere that wasn't no oxygen, he couldn't stay flamed on. In a way, a Haxie character, because you can technically beat somebody because they're not resistant to heat. Even if you don't have the blunt force power to damage them, he can technically hurt you still if you don't have that resistance. But as far as we know, he still has some sort of blunt force damage behind his fire too. That's kind of implied when you see him help out the other Fantastic Four people fighting giganto, strong, large beings. His lackeys or beings can hit hard enough to generate 5.5 earthquakes on the Richter scale. If we assume Johnny's blunt power is on the level of some of these Mole Man minions, that would just kind of make his blast power look at least this impressive, even though it's kind of hard to find concrete stuff on him. If we assume this wouldn't be a bad estimation, that his blast power should be able to at least hit hard enough with the similar energy to shake multiple blocks or multiple city blocks. Based on Giganto and the means of Mole Man being able to hit this hard and produce this much energy, if we assume he's a high-end blast power type character, this would be reasonable. He helped fight Giganto, you know. Not to mention, if you have your doubts, we've seen him blow up things that are probably dang near close to house size, like these big old wires from Galactus. This should technically prove he can blow away your house if he wanted to with just blunt force flame. Not to mention, even though he lacked showings, he was pretty confident he would have been able to help push a building-sized being through the portal if Silver Surfer didn't step in. The building-sized being Galactus going through the portal, he was confident he would have been able to hit hard enough to get him through it, implying his raw power output. It would have had to have been blunt output because Galactus ain't going to be affected by fire. So it had to have been blunt trauma that would imply his raw power too. And yeah, since he lacks screen time, he only has one movie. I don't want to get into too much speculatory stuff, but there's implications that he's scarier than any nuke and anything I've already just said based on the beings he is implied to kind of sort of be able to sting or damage, sort of. If that makes sense. In the movie, there's characters that can survive being in a neutron star or a black hole. They keep on changing their mind on what it is. Beings that can withstand being in a black hole or a neutron star for a month. Everybody says it's a star, but Johnny himself saying it's basically a black hole, even though a neutron star and black hole aren't the same thing. But visually speaking, it looks like a black hole. So was this a visual error? What is it really, a neutron star or a black hole? You got to go off I kind of thinking it's more of a black hole thing. But even if Johnny is completely wrong and it's not a black hole, it doesn't really matter because characters that can withstand being inside a neutron star, their durability would have to be pretty insane still. I'm talking about your durability could withstand nuclear blasts in your face with ease kind of durability. That's the kind of durability I'm talking about. Like, are you sure this is a star or a black hole? Because it looked like it got some heatish elements to it because we see it burn up. But then we see it act like an actual black hole with the incredible gravity and pull. So is it like a neutron star black hole fusion type of artifact in this world? There is this interesting occasion with Johnny blasting the Silver Surfer and kind of implied the stinger. But yeah, if you think this is reaching, well, there's another occasion. Also implies he might be able to do devastation to planets based on the characters he's damaging, based on their durability. If you don't believe Human Torch is a powerhouse for blasting her, because we didn't really see much damage to her, well, anything this character can do, this character can do better. She's really strong because of him in the first place. I'm not saying Johnny is on the level of Silver Surfer or Galactus or nothing, guys, but Galactus treats his minions or heralds like they're nothing in comparison to his power. He's like he can bully them. When we see Johnny, with help from his sister, blast Galactus in the eyes and it annoys him, doesn't that kind of imply he's way more potent in blast power than we are giving him credit for? Considering that a Galactus minion can withstand planet-shattering type of pressures, and he can kind of annoy his eyes. You know, that says a lot about Johnny. Not trying to say he's on this level or nothing. Not trying to say he has as much blast power as Silver Surfer, but hey, I'm just saying. He's pretty freaking powerful. He's blasting the eyes of beings that can withstand big crunches and stuff, y'all. Big bang level forces and such, you know. What do you think his limits are in raw blast power?
Nothing too crazy, but he's at least 20 times faster than the speed of sound based on my calculations of the Galactus throwing the thing, space. I personally counted this in real time to be at least 13 seconds. If I'm wrong, but Johnny in an extremely short amount of time was able to get him. So sure, he could be faster, but I couldn't really find that many measurable feats in this movie though. We might see more in the future. So he's over 20 times faster than the speed of sound, but what do you guys think? I can't wait to see more Johnny in the future. Do you think they're going to have a movie where he goes supernova heat, the heat of the sun? What do you think? Hype the video up, like, share, subscribe if you got to. Respect Johnny. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.